Hello and welcome back to another First Impressions video brought to you by MMO Play. Today we're taking a look at a free-to-play upcoming game called Ecol Tactics. Ecol? I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry. It is a game currently in beta. It's a browser-based game, and it is a turn-based tactical style MMO. This reminds me a little bit of a game that I played a little bit when I was younger. One of the games I actually kind of grew up playing is Final Fantasy Tactics. That style of combat. Actually, almost one of the games I'm actually playing a lot right now is a board game called Mage Wars. It's kind of the same thing. Except for this, you don't control one mage, you control an entire party. Because there is a story mode, there is a story, cinematics, all that involved in the game. You can watch it. But for that, I would suggest waiting for the game to come out in the next beta event and check it out then. We're going to skip that and go to some combat. So the first mission was pretty straightforward. I have a fighter, one monster, one enemy, and I just got to deal with him. This mission, here we go, we got a full-fledged attack. You can see a big group of monsters, my entire party is here, and all kinds of attacks. You hit S to bring up your special attacks menu, and you can just pick from there. You can make a move, and then an attack. So a little bit like another game that just came out recently called XCOM. Yeah, you may have heard of that. But the only difference is the fact that in XCOM you have basically 2 movement points per turn. And you can either move 1 and make an attack, or move 2. This game is, it seems like you can make your full movement and then make an attack. There are certain abilities that, for whatever reason, I couldn't see. Maybe I was using them wrong, but they didn't seem to work if I moved first. And one thing is I kind of wish a little bit more. There was a little bit more of a pop-up window to kind of tell how something works, what targets. The blue versus red tiles does help, but sometimes it's like, well, I kind of wish I knew if it was a point blank that had to be centered on me, or it has to be on an empty tile or a full tile. It's fairly small. It's still in the beta process, so it's not necessarily reflective of the finished product. It's a game still in progress. Still, fun game. I like tactical-based combat and turn-based strategy, so right now I'm working on the mage. I'm trying to get an area effect attack off, trying to hit as much as I can, because they're all clumped up right now. This would be an amazing AoE. But some of his abilities actually have to center on him, so that's part of the problem. I didn't actually notice that until later. You can see I also got a fighter, I got an archer, I got a pet which I cannot control, and then I got a healer, which also can do some smiting of his own. There we go, just hit everyone for 1200. I guess we got a little dragon in the background. We got mimics, basically. They're called Pandora's boxes, but they're mimics. And he just tried to hit me with loose change? I don't know. Now, it looks like we have an initiative type system, so I didn't actually find the mechanics for it, but I'm thinking every character has an initiative or agility or something kind of like that score, and when they get to enough points, they get to go. Because there were several times that a monster got to go multiple times in a row before a specific hero got to go. Which, if so, that's a depth to the characters that I actually really like. It's a mechanic I actually wish was in more games. You can see I'm trying to center it to hit as many targets as possible. Don't need to heal with my priest right now, so I'm not really worried about that. Bam! Oh, got 2 of them behind him. So he does leave those behind, kind of a little like a Worms game. Hey! He bit me. Bad treasure. Other options are we can just wait. I can go into kind of a guard mode, or I can use an item. Those are the options for the turn. Is that 25 haste? That's probably what's going on. Yeah, it looks like there's a haste score, that means. Yeah, my nerd is showing. I got trying to figure out what I want to do. I probably don't have to think about this as hard. This seems like what could be a complicated attack, but it's not. That ability right there seems to be the fighter's bread and butter. It's a point-blank area effect that does pretty good damage. Stop hitting him. All the little queen bees here. Everyone wants to be the queen and nobody wants to be the drone. Alright. Just trying to figure out what ability I want to use and where I want to center it. There doesn't seem to be friendly fire, so you don't have to worry about hitting your own allies, which is very handy. Also, if you select an ability and you decide you didn't want to use it after all, it doesn't seem like you can just kind of go back, but you can just click on a tile that you can't do it on, and then it'll bring up the menu again. So, for now, that seems to be the way to go about it. Again, this game's currently in beta, so there might be some changes in the future. Seems like a fairly in-depth tactical game. Looks pretty interesting, something worth checking out. It's called Ecol Tactics. If it's a free-to-play browser-based game coming out soon, it's going to be in beta, hopefully soon. If you like the content, stay tuned to more from MMO Play. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to figure out what I'm going to shoot him with. And then my pet's going to go and bite them.